It says, Randy, how do you teach timetables? Can you teach a 17 years old kid tables? So that's from Anna.
I would say it's never too late. It's always harder for sure, but it's never too late to learn them. And when students see the benefit of learning it, then they actually learn it a lot faster. So times table is something that is supposed to be taught in third grade, at least in the US. And having taught middle school now for the past 4 years, it's something that I can attest that the students in the US do not come out of elementary school knowing their basic multiplication facts. So even though these past few years I've had 6th graders, I start off with the very first month of school is we are going to learn our basic times tables. So we spend the first month of school doing that. And then when we get through division and fractions, it really smooths the process. And it's really a benefit, even though it doesn't seem like a grade level standard since it's something covered in third grade. Further down the road, it has a lot of long-term benefits. And for a 17-year-old, we've worked on teaching the times tables to students in high school, and they are able to learn it. One of the things that students don't realize is what multiplication means. So I know how to add something, like 7 plus 3, I just put them together. I know how to subtract something, so 7 minus 3 gives you 4. But it doesn't make into it a sense of how do you time something. Add is an action that I understand. Subtract is an action I understand. But times, how do you do that? So let me put my document camera on screen. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. So if you have a problem like 7 times 3, a lot of students don't realize that this means 7. It means 3 7 times. So this actually means 7 times.
See your document camera at the moment.
Let me try one more time. Okay, are you able to see it now?
Yes, it's coming up.
Okay, perfect. So when students see a problem like 7 times 3, they often don't realize that it means 3 7 times. So this 7x really means 7 times 3. So it actually means 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 3, 7 times. So with a lot of high school students that I've worked with, they don't realize what times means. And it literally means 7 times. And when they realize that doing repeated addition is inconvenient, then they change their mindset and they say, you know what, I'd rather memorize it. 7 times 3 equals 21. So part of it is just getting over the mindset of not being able to learn it or not seeing the value in learning it. So it is still possible with older students. I've done it with students as old as 16 years old, but it does take time. And I think the first aspect of helping them to learn it is to help them get over that mindset that they can't learn it, if that makes sense. So, and it does take a little bit longer, but once they're willing to do so, then I think that's the first obstacle to overcome. And when I was a third grade teacher, I also did come up with a system to help kids learn their multiplication facts a lot sooner. And we don't have time to discuss it now, but I'd be happy to direct you to different videos to show you how that system works. And one of my favorite cartoons actually is from Winnie the Pooh. So here's an image here. And I took a screenshot of this the other day. And this was at the end of the Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, where Christopher Robin was off to school and the characters had no idea what school was. And it says that all they knew was it had something to do with twice times. So if I zoom in on the image here, you'll see they're trying to figure out what twice times are. So there's twice times 3, twice times 5, twice times 4. And oh, they're not actually looking for twice times. They're looking for twice times. So if you look at the wording here, they misunderstood what twice times meant, and it actually meant twice times. They're actually learning the times tables. And the poor characters are trying to figure out what twice times means, and I love Eeyore's look especially. That's the look of confusion that we want to erase from our kids. And one of my favorite moments of that cartoon.
I think that just clarifies that it's not just about understand or knowing how to get to the answer. It's about having a deeper knowledge and knowing what is 3 times 7 all about before you learn it automatically. So that makes a lot more sense in how you approach it. Okay, great. I want to read Kathleen's comment before I pass over to Karen. I see Sumi's still got her hand up. I don't know. You keep that hand up if you want another question. And then Lawrence also has a question he's typed in. But Kathleen says, I like the idea of introducing the common denominator by introducing apples and pears. It also helps with the intro to algebra and like terms. I'm a great believer in defining the mathematical words. I know as well with nominator, comes from the Latin root word of nominate or nominare, whatever it might be. And that comes in as well with the nominal interest rate as opposed to the effective interest rate. And these, if you study the root of words, it comes up time and time again. Okay, Karen, let's hear from you. If you want to switch your camera on, you're welcome.